After he said his piece, Monokuma and his monopiece vanished before our eyes. In truth, I was horribly tired. Everything was just so unreasonable. I didn't even care if this was the aftermath. Everyone else looked the same. They were all 2D avatars. Didn't really have a lot of emotion in them. We all had this tired expression on our pale faces. What just happened? I've experienced this before. I just won't believe it. That's it. That's all there is to it.
He's a sweaty boy.
It'd be one thing if we were up against a human or even an animal. What the hell can we do against a monster like that?
What's going on?
It's impossible. Why is something impossible happening?
It's certainly possible.
Bro, it's not really impossible. Those Monobists, or whatever they're called, are machines. This Monokuma must also be the same. As long as they're machines, it means someone made them and is controlling them.
Then who could be responsible? Why were we put into this unexplainable situation? A deep voice. Hey, who is it? Who?
It could be anyone. It's not like I believe it anyway. There's no way I'd believe something like that. More importantly, are you guys hungry? Let's stop thinking about this and just eat.
Oh. Food does solve most problems. You can eat first. I do not need nourishment.
No matter how confused or upset you are out of mind, I will remember this. I don't know who the world is orchestrating this, but we don't need to be cautious of those machines or even of whoever's controlling them. More than anything, we must be cautious of
Each other.
ourselves.
Oh
Being
God.
brought to a tropical island with complete strangers in order to kill each other to escape. That creates fear in our minds, and the desire to escape that hopeless fear is our worst enemy.
Thank you. It's like you're speaking from experience.
I'm wondering now if he came here knowing that this was going to happen again, and he wanted to help these people through it, whatever.
Like, well, they did mention at the end of the game, the first one, that there were other people who hadn't given up on hope, and then Byakuya was like, I'm gonna go find those people.
Oh, maybe.
And here we are. What happened between now and then for him to gain 200 pounds is beyond me.
So many cheeseburgers.
Oh, I love cheeseburgers, dude.
Can I get 50 double cheeseburgers and 1 Coke? Wash it down.
I gotta wash it down.
Looked around at each other's faces. I was staring at something. It was obvious from looking at their expressions.
Like,
Everyone
stop looking at me.
was forced to admit the truth of what he just said. We had to be honest with ourselves and admit that we also had that potential. Only a student who kills a classmate can escape this island. Which means in order to escape this hopeless situation, we must sacrifice a person. Sacrifice. However,
Yeah.
there's a possibility that a killing may never occur, but even I'm no different. So can I be truly confident that something like this isn't gonna happen? No, there's no way I can know for sure.
Yes.
In this nightmare of a situation, I don't have the confidence to say that outright. Once you're suspicious of something, you'll start to be suspicious of everything. Even of yourself. That's why it felt so hopeless. I just wanted to go swimming. With the nurse.
That's all I wanted. I wanted to spend the day with the nurse.
That day became a day unlike any other. A day which held a more significant meaning. It was a special day. It was my birthday. A very meaningful day, full of despair.
Oh.
That was the beginning.
Typical
Killing
birthday.
school trip had begun, and this tropical island was the stage.
Yay! At least we're somewhere pretty.
I guess.
Hey, come on, you got bathing suits like within the first couple of hours, so
Yeah,
I
but
don't think we can complain.
Monokuma appeared and ruined it.
He did. I'll agree with that. Danganronpa.
Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, despair.
Goodbye, despair. I mean, that title kind of gives you like a little bit of hope in and of itself. You know, goodbye, despair, see you later, despair. Like,
Have a nice trip. See you next fall, despair.
Yeah. It's the real opening where nobody's very happy. Ay.
The rabbit's dead.
Yeah. Well, seem to be, but I highly doubt that.
I guess we'll find out.
It's
There's
the
an elevator here too?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure the statue gives way to the underground or whatever.
Probably.
Even though the statue did just turn into a bunch of beasts. The base of the statue. We all look great. There's your running feet. What's with that?
What?
The nurse had the like gender symbols floating around her, so is she iffy too? Like our good friend
Wait.
Chihiro?
Wait. Oh no.
Have you been gazing at an ass that's not necessarily female? We don't know.
Please no.
I'd love it.
Please no.
Hey, we're all alive.
For now.
Oh, pink. Oh, God, that's blood in this one. Oh, there's blood in this game. Pink. To be continued.
Right now.
Okay.
Obtained a present.
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
Broken stick. Faux show. Broken wand.
Yeah, I'd like to save.
Please do. Life is unbearable. Okay.
Rule 5. Once a murder takes place, a class trial will begin shortly thereafter. Participation is mandatory for all surviving students.
Okay.
Rule 6. If the blackened is exposed during class trial, they alone will be executed.
Fair enough.
If the blackened is not exposed, the remaining students will be executed.
Great.
As a reward, the surviving blackened will be forgiven of their crime and allowed to leave the island.
Like
Body
Survivor.
discovery announcement will play as soon as 3 or more people discover a body for the first time. So,
That's the same.
could you imagine if, like, 2 people discovered a body and then they shut the door on the third person that's about to walk in and be like, Don't come in here yet. I can't tell you
Don't-
why,
not
but don't
yet."
come in here yet, so we have more
Just
time.
don't yet.
Just hold. Hey Stan, how
Hold.
goes it? Hold the line! Rule 10. Destroying any property on this island without permission is expressly prohibited. This includes the surveillance cameras and monitors. Rule 11. You are free to investigate this island at your own discretion. Your actions in this regard are not limited. Last rule. Not rule 12. Last rule. Additional school trip rules may be added at the headmaster's discretion. Okay, so not last rule.
I wish for 3 more wishes.
Oh, you missed it. Monokuma actually appeared, got in a Gundam, and Gatling gunned the rabbit to death.
Yeah.
So that's the situation we're in.
But I'm assuming the rabbit's not dead. So I wouldn't take that at face value, but at face value, she's definitely dead.
As I raised my head from the handbook with a heavy sigh, I saw the dark courtyard of the hotel. Sat on the
seems nice.
bench, paralyzed with thought.
This is peaceful.
Is he really gonna make us do this? There was no way I could believe this was now my reality. Even so, this was undeniably real. Yeah, there's this posse.
It looks
Nope.
good.
No matter how much I didn't want to believe it, the moment I experienced and felt it for myself, it became undeniably real. Yo, nice.
Nice Zords, man.
This
They combine into one big Zord.
This is a reality that could not be more different from my usual daily life. School, studying, exams, job hunting, going for walks, going to school, riding the train, lectures. Kind of daily life is no longer mine. Poisoning Cusco.
Yeah, these things happen.
As I looked up, I saw stars glimmering in the night, covering the sky like a sheet. They looked as if they were about to fall into my hands, like fluttering snow, for the first time since I arrived at this island instead of the night sky I'd grown accustomed to. I saw a night sky that was far too beautiful. As I stared blankly into that night sky, I suddenly imagined those words in my mind. The student who murders their classmate will be able to leave this island. When we were forced to hear those words, we just stood there silently. Nobody said a word, and eventually, everyone scattered and vanished. As is
We're
normal,
just gonna
I
walk
guess.
away from each other and not discuss that.
And it led straight on to the first night, a night so beautiful it enchanted me.
Yeah, Yeah.
I'm
look
so
at it.
vulnerable to being killed right now.
It's true.
And yet, my heart was horribly upset. That kind of beauty was different, definitely far different from my usual daily life.
You are
They're gonna
vulnerable.
drop the hottest mixtape on that island. So far, like, they've used some of the same soundtracks from the first game, but there's one in particular that I don't think we're gonna hear again for a while because it was the Rabbits theme song, god damn it. That was a jam.
It was a jam.